All right, ladies and gents, welcome to round 18 Championship Women action here tonight at Bendigo Bank Upway and District Stadium. Action tonight between the Sherbrooke Suns and the Bulleen Boomers. Second versus fifth tonight. The Suns sat in second with a record of 18-3. The Boomers fifth with a record of 10-10. These two teams met all the way back on the 30th of May, back in round 9 at Bulleen, Templestowe. It was Sherbrooke defeating the Boomers by 21 points, 94-73 on that occasion. Quite even scoring across the board for both teams. It was Jess Hansen for the Boomers with 25. We'll see if she can repeat her heroics tonight. Final round before the business end of the season gets underway. 3-week finals format. Sherbrooke locked in to a week off next week. Bulleen need a win tonight to solidify. Oh, actually, no, hang on, looking at it. No, they should be all right. They should be qualifying for the finals. A win tonight or a loss will determine whether they finish 5th or 6th and play off against either Pakenham or Bellarine. Joined tonight by Oscar. Hello, mate.
G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm absolutely stunning. I am thrilled to be here.
Tell you what, I'm excited.
It was a ripper day today. I'm in an absolute corker of a mood. I am loving it at the moment.
It's been a good week, hasn't it? A good way to finish off the week.
That is exactly the right attitude. We're going to have night and weeks in the jump to get us underway. Almost a dead heat, but Knight with just enough of her fingertips on it to knock it down to Pryor. Sherbrooke with the first attack of this contest. Squires has the ball tapped away by Hansen, but does regain possession. Pearce for the Suns, top of the key. Wants the back cut of Knight, gets it around Weeks, off the glass to Neil Knight. Everything but goes in. Bazzacchini rebounds for the Boomers. Now Bulleen with their first set. Geddes. Gives to Hansen, top of the key. Off to Weeks. Weeks going to fire away a three. Won't fall. Rebound off hands. Bazzacchini keeps it in the bounds of play for Bulleen. 10 on the shot clock now for the Boomers. Hansen, deep three. Oh, just short. It looked all right. Great hustle on the offensive rebound by Merrigan. Bulleen going to have a third opportunity here. Geddes in the key. Steps around Pryor. Floater won't go. Hits back iron. Pryor with the rebound for the Suns. She's fouled. Trying to dribble out of trouble by the Bulleen 54, Hayley Merrigan. Great start from the Boomers on the offensive rebounds. Just unable to find some reward for their hustle. Squires. Pearce rolls off the screen. Squires won't use her. Pryor on the elbow. Pearce driving inside the key. Left-hand finish. Will fall to get the scoring underway. Weeks and Hansen combined to get the ball over half. Hansen top of the key. Wants to drive on Knight. Knight taps it away. He's whirling. Can she get onto it to complete the steal? Taps it into the path of Pearce. Squires, left side wing, fires away a three. In and out. Just doesn't fall. Weeks with a rebound for the Boomers. Geddes now for Bulleen the other way. Looking for Weeks and a mismatch on Squires in the key. Found it and Weeks finishes nicely.
Nice pass there by Geddes. Credit to her on that play. Sherbrooke the other way, trying to get it to Mel Pryor. Just couldn't quite wrap her mitts around it. It's going to trickle out of bounds off her. So Boomers get a much needed stop there and now an opportunity to take the lead. It's with Hansen now. Squires switches onto her. Now Knight guarding her. Hansen still with it. Right side. Cross court for Geddes. Now with Bazzacchini. Looks like she wants to go downhill. Thought better of it. Hansen top of the key. 4 on the shot clock. Needs to go to Weeks. She goes inside. Tough finish over the top of Squires.
Jeez, I tell you what, if they can get that mismatch for the whole night, Weeks is going to have a big one.
Squires now for the Sherbrooke Suns the other way. It's with Knight. Screen from Pryor. She goes top of the key for Squires. Now Zwirling. Screens left and right from Pierce. Zwirling wants to go downhill. Almost falls over. Picks herself up. Nice extra pass in there to Pryor. She finds herself a nice lay off the glass. Good pass there by Zwirling. Finds her first assist of the game. Both teams dishing the rock early. All 8 points, both sides of the floor, coming from assists as Hansen picks up her dribble. Squires just all over her. Big screen from Weeks gives Hansen a jumper.
Ooh.
From the right side elbow is Butter. Ahead to Pryor. One more, Pierce. Pierce can't quite finish. And Merrigan is going to rip down the rebound for the Bulleen Boomers. Now through Hansen yet again. She's seen a lot of the ball here in this first period as Weeks fires away a big 3 ball. Won't go. Merrigan, massive board. One on either end now. Oh, kick out to Geddes, and she's going to fill it up from behind the arc.
So the Boomers, with the quicker start of the two teams, lead it by 5. About 4 minutes into this first term. Squires to Pryor. Pryor fires a 3. Always looked a smidge right, and it was. Geddes with the rebound. Weeks to Merrigan. Back for Geddes. Looking over the top. Bazzacchini in an absolute paddock. Couldn't finish. That was a Joe the Goose if I've ever seen one. Couldn't finish her dinner.
Heartbreaking miss.
Coach killer. Absolute coach killer. Knight to Pryor. Zwirling right side wing. Wants to go to work on Merrigan. Merrigan blocks the lane proficiently enough to force Squires back out. Zwirling right side wing. 3. Won't fall. Weeks and Pryor tussle for the rebound. In the end, off the face of Weeks to Merrigan. Merrigan looking for a back cut of Hansen. It'll be out off Sherbrooke hands. 16 on the shot clock for the Boomers. Hansen with the inbound pass. Finds Weeks. Over in the left side corner. Merrigan. Driving inside. Knight's going to lock her up and force a jump. It'll still be a Boomers basketball. The shot clock, I believe, will reset to 14, unless I'm incorrect.
I think stays the same on a jump ball if you keep possession, but it looks like that's what the refs are doing.
It looks like it will be just the 6. So Geddes to inbound, needs to find a good pass. Only 6 on the shot clock for Bulleen. Bazzacchini in some trouble. Weeks has to fire away a shot. Oh, geez, that would have been special if that had fallen. Knight can't grab the rebound cleanly straight away, but does enough to hold on to it for the Suns. Knight. Using the screen of Pierce. Weeks switches over. Zwirling. Has Pryor if she wants it. Won't use it. Squires in the corner. 3 ball. Won't fall. Sherbrooke with a big offensive rebound from Pryor. Going back up is fouled by the Bulleen number 4, Lola Geddes. It'll be Mel Pryor going to the line to shoot 2.
First free throws of the game here are going to come through the Sherbrooke Suns in the hands of Mel Pryor, the number 32. Her first is good, so with that she cuts the lead to 4. The Sherbrooke Suns trail 9 points to 5. With a little under 5 minutes to play in this first period. Pryor, second free throw is just off front rim and short. Rebound goes to Pierce, out for Zwirling. 3 ball is nice. With that, the lead is 1. Hansen now for the Boomers. Now with Bazzacchini, an extra pass inside for Weeks, and she is just tearing up that defense inside the key. Sherbrooke need to get across and cover her off. She's had way too many open shots inside as Knight goes downhill. Just can't finish. Nothing seeming to drop for either team at the moment. As Hansen crosses halfway for the Boomers. With Bazzacchini inside, looking to get to Weeks. Passes a little strong and just misses her.
I'll tell you what, she's found herself in the key either on her own or in a mismatch over a handful of times in this first 6 or so minutes.
Substitutions here for both teams. Zwirling and Pierce checking out. McKenzie and Bravington checking in. Squires now wanted to go to Bravington, instead goes to McKenzie. Now inside to Bravington. She wants to go to work, but Knight, the better option. 3-ball in the corner.
Bang!
Bang! Substitutions for the Boomers. I did miss one. Number 20, that is Sumai, is in. Not entirely sure who checked out, but I'm sure we'll find out when they check back in. Getty's going to fire up a 3 to try to answer. It won't go.
I believe it was Bazzacchini who checked out.
That sounds about right. It was. As I do my scan of the floor, it is Bazzacchini that we're missing. Sherbrooke Suns need a timeout. Coach Matt Shanahan just needs to have a chat to his players. The Sherbrooke Suns lead by 2. They trailed for the last couple of minutes here, but a couple of buckets.
Trailed for most of it.
A couple of threes, actually.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking to myself, both teams, before Sherbrooke hit those 2 threes, Sherbrooke were 0 for 4 and Bulleen were 1 for 6 from behind the arc. So I was about to say if we got to a timeout, no one had made one to put the 3-ball away for the time being.
Yeah.
But, I mean, good thing I didn't say that because otherwise I would have been made to look silly.
You never know.
Oh, yeah, you do never know.
So a smidge over 3 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. As you mentioned previously, the Sherbrooke Suns lead 11 to the Bulleen Boomers 9. It is 0 fouls Sherbrooke, 3 fouls Boomers. When we get back on the floor, as we are doing so now, the Suns are going to start with possession on their defensive baseline. It's Pryor charged with the inbound. She gets this to Squires, who is harassed by Hansen. And Pryor's just going to bring it over half court for us. Hansen and Weeks almost combined for a steal, but Pryor just managed to keep onto it. Squires now in charge of the floor. Steps back, left to Knight, left to McKenzie. Almost dropped it, but she wants to go downhill across the baseline. Falling as she puts it up. No good. That was nothing but air. Getty's now the other way for the Boomers. Wants to go at Squires, and she does. Ooh. Goes up. Can't quite finish. But she is fouled in the process. So she will go to the line to shoot the 3rd and 4th free throws of this game. The first free throws for the Boomers. As Emma Pierce checks in. Mel Pryor makes way for her.
Geddes can't connect with number 1. 3 points. 1 rebound, 1 assist for her as it stands. Can't make it 4. Hits the same spot on the rim. Pierce with the rebound for Sherbrooke. Wants the handoff to Squires. Does get it. McKenzie to Knight. Bravington screens and then rolls in some space. Spins. Nice shot from Eliana Bravington.
A good move. Good big man move from a big man.
Woman.
Well, in the sense of the term. But yes, thank you, Cooper.
Sumai to Hansen cutting through the middle of the court. In the corner. Can't quite catch who that is. That's Roskiddy, who's just checked in after the timeout. Can't find the 3. Squires fakes the 3. Gets Weeks jumping. Wanted to pass to Pryor, who rolled off a screen, but we're going to have a kick ball violation. 15 on the shot clock. Inbound pass with McKenzie. Goes to Bravington. Hands back, McKenzie. Knight, top of the key. 10 on the shot clock for the Suns. Drives into a little bit of trouble. Almost loses it. Taps it into the floater. Just a tad too much on it. Hansen now for the Boomers. Gets around Squires. Has some space. McKenzie going to have to come across and cut off the lane. Forces Bulleen back out to Ruskiddy at the top of the key. Gets a screen from Sumai. Hanson pull up mid-ranger, just short. McKenzie rebounds. Advancing pass up to Knight. Pulls up for the three in front of Sumai. Won't go. Geddes with a rebound. Minute 14 on the clock in the first. Weeks drives around. Bravington can't find the shot. Squires to Knight in a little bit of space. Make that a lot of space as the left-hand driving lane opened up perfectly for her. Knight's got 5 points, leads all comers on the court.
Now the Boomers is with Sumai, now Weeks. Bravington on her, but she's just going to fire away a three over the top. This one rattles out. Rebound dragged down by Knight. It's now Squires the other way. Geddes on her, but she goes straight past her. Outside McKenzie, now Knight. Slows it down, but gets it into Bravington. Now with Pierce, right-hand side, trying to put the moves on Weeks. In the end, it's the Bravington screen that gives her space. She goes downhill. Hanson, a good job to cover her off, but jumper went up, unfortunately not in for Emma Pierce. Now the other way, Hanson going to fire away a three is short. Last couple of shots of hers have been short. She wanted to get her legs underneath her for the next few as Squires goes down the other way. Downhill, left now right. Tried to get the lay to go, it didn't. Bravington the rebound, one more, goes up and in as time expires. Bravington, two big offensive rebounds and one of those cleaning up her own mess. She goes up, puts it in for two, and the Sherbrooke Suns have an 8-point lead. They lead 17-9 at the end of this first period here.
Quite an even game, looking at the numbers. Only two in it in the rebounds. In saying that, the assists, Sherbrooke leading at 6-2, but the field goal percentage is what's really killing the Boomers here in this first term. 4 of 17.
That's tough.
At trying to put the ball in the hole. The Suns 7 of 20.
And they're getting good looks. When they start converting on those, I imagine the game will tighten up. Not that it isn't tight. 8 points is not a huge amount in Champ Women's, but a couple more field goals dropping for them, and the Boomers will find himself in a much better position.
You can imagine that Coach Ross Moll, when he gets the stat sheet for that first term, will be telling his team to stop with the three ball, 1 of 9 in that first term. And when you've got players like Olivia Weeks finding themselves in that much space,
yeah, definitely
in the key, I think that's something that they have to try and exploit if they can get a good screen going on at the top of the key.
And that was that play they went to once or twice. They moved away from it in the last couple of minutes of the game, but we found Weeks in, as you like to call it, a paddock of space, and that's a good way of putting it. I mean, multiple times. If it wasn't Weeks, it was Bazzichini, and when you've got that much space in the key, it's just a bit of a gimme. It's all a mental game from then on. I think, as you said, Cooper, good to watch, or you'd hope to watch the Boomers go inside to start this game. Get a bit of confidence finishing up close and personal and off the glass, and see where that takes them.
Weeks has the opportunity to split this game wide open. You've heard of Olivia Weeks, but have you heard of her long-distant cousin, Months?
I knew that was coming. Don't they have an uncle called Years?
Squires for the Suns.
It's just not even funny.
Karajik Powell's checked in at the timeout for Sherbrooke. Wants the handoff back to Squires. Hanson does a very good job of denying it. Pierce fakes a pass to the back cut. Looking over the top for Bravington. Just too much on it. Ruskiddy with the steal. Hanson. Cross court for Sumai. Looking one more for not quite sure who.
I looked away.
We're going to have an offensive foul called on Sumai. Nicola Cross has checked in as well for the Boomers at the first break. So 1-2 with Karajik Powell and Squires. Karajik Powell wants the drive. Looking for a pass. Won't be able to find it with a hand on the ball, and it's adjudged to have come out off of Karajik Powell. So it'll be a Boomers basketball.
warning on Sherbrooke, I think, there.
Looks to be so. Can't quite exactly hear everything as crisply as we would like to.
And while we've got a quick couple of seconds to say some things, for the Boomers, Hansen and Weeks played the entirety of the first quarter. Hansen still to sit in this game.
I'm going to assume she will shoulder a fair bit of the load looking at her previous games this season. Racking up stat lines of 35 and 36 minutes at points throughout the year.
I think that's a safe bet too.
Hansen gives to Cross, has to find a shot. 2 on the shot clock, puts it up, won't find it. Pearce with the rebound for the Suns. 4 on 5 now as Cross was down behind play after her layup attempt. Squires 3, got it!
Big bucket there for the Sherbrooke Suns. Puts them out by 11.
Squires finds her first field goal of the evening. At the 4th attempt of asking. Hansen out to Bazzacchini for 3, just short. McKenzie and Hansen fighting over the rebound. Hansen ends up with it for Bulleen. Wants to go to work on McKenzie. Fadeaway shot, won't find it. Will be adjudged to have been fouled by the Sherbrooke number 5, Bree McKenzie. That'll be her first personal. She will now check out for Zoe Zwirling for the Suns. So it's Jessica Hansen at the line. First one, no issues. Gets Bulleen off the mark for this second term. No mistake with number 2 either. She moves to 4 points, leading all comers for the Boomers. Zwirling gets us over half court. Squires in the corner, fakes the 3, defended closely by Hansen. That's going to be an interesting matchup to watch how that matures over the rest of the game. Zwirling, 3 on the shot clock, has to find a shot, step back, oh no. Oh, geez, hits back iron, hits the supports, hold up the ring here at Bendigo Bank Upway and District Stadium, meaning it will be a Boomers basketball.
Hansen with it. Squires up full court. Sherbrooke Suns seem to be trying to get the ball out of their hands. Didn't work this time. Interesting to see how the Boomers work through that in the next couple of plays. Back with Hansen through hands. Squires still on it. She got 7 on the shot clock to do something with it. 5 now. Goes downhill. That mid-range jumper right elbow. She made one earlier. This time that won't drop. Bravington the rebound. Now is Zwirling. Up ahead for Pearce. Hansen the only one back to stop her. She jumps. Jumps for joy. Pearce just waited a second or two and then put it back up. Just like we said, they're up early on Hansen trying to get it out of her hands, and this time she pushes up the court quickly. That was to Cross, who went down hard and looks to be okay now as she gets up. Sherbrooke with a 5-on-4 here if they go quickly. Squires blitzed by Bazzacchini. Karajic Power, one more into Bravington. She finds the bottom of the net. Great teamwork by the Sherbrooke Suns, and Bulleen Boomers have seen enough. They need a timeout. 7 minutes, 8 seconds to play in this second quarter, this first half here, if you will. Sherbrooke Suns up ahead by 13. Largest lead we've had all game.
As much as we were touching on the taller players of the Boomers in that timeout in the back end of that first term, it's the taller players for the Suns getting it done. Eliana Bravington with 6 points off the bench. Mel Pryor with 3. Emma Pearce with 4. Tennille Knight with 5. So those players playing the 3, 4 and 5 position for the Suns really dominating as the Boomers defense is kind of shutting off those shooting opportunities that the Sherbrooke guards would usually find themselves with.
I think the Boomers are finding themselves in a bit of a difficult spot at the moment. I mean, Sherbrooke have, like you said, 3, 4. You'd even stretch that to 5 big players they can go to. They can stack the floor and they can play inside if they want to. Boomers, when Weeks is off the floor, there's a notable height difference between the two teams, and she's back on the floor now, so interesting to see what happens in the coming minutes. As
Merrigan's checked in as well to try and combat some of that height.
And Bazzacchini, well, she was on before, wasn't she?
I believe so, yes. Weeks with the inbound for the Boomers finds Geddes, who's also checked in at that timeout. Quite a different 5 on the court for the Boomers. I believe the only one who survived it at the timeout was Bazzacchini. Weeks gives to Geddes, 9 on the shot clock, looking inside for Merrigan. Back out for Geddes, 3 ball, looks at Tad. Roll! Geez, that's I haven't seen one of them in a while.
No, I saw one this morning, but...
well, good for you, mate.
I did watch 5 games of basketball.
Yeah, well, that usually does help. It's just a little bit of a party trick, that one.
Yeah, it's a fun one to pull out of the hat every now and then.
Especially when it's unexpected.
Rough way to lose a jump ball as a team, though.
Yeah, correct. Merrigan's inbound finds Geddes, top of the key. Gives it out. Ruskiddy won't fire the 3. Instead, drives inside.
Nice move.
Wide open lane. Nice take from Sophia Ruskiddy for her first points of the evening. Swirling for the Suns. Gives to Karajic Powell. Karajic Powell drives on Geddes in the mismatch. No issues from Lou Karajic Powell. Her first basket of the contest. Geddes top of the key to Weeks. Merrigan. Bazzacchini on the elbow. Wants to drive inside. Left-hand floater looking for a bank. The teller said not now. Karajic Powell finds Zwirling. Gets around Merrigan. Steps back outside the arc for 3. Doesn't fall. Geddes, almost the smallest player on the court, rebounds. Weeks to Ruskiddy. Looking for Weeks, who rolled off the screen. Wind able to stick a hand in, but Weeks able to recover it. Merrigan driving. Bazzacchini can't grab it cleanly. 3 on the shot clock. They got to find a shot here. Ruskiddy fakes it the first time. Steps around, wind. There'll be a shot clock violation. So great team defense there from the Suns, forcing the turnover.
You can see the Sherbrooke Suns with Hanson off the floor. Just defense a lot less chaotic. They all seem to be on the same page. It doesn't feel as if they're scrambling as much as they were when Hanson was demanding the attention that she does. Is wind the other end of the floor. Fires away a 3. That won't go, but she's fouled in the process, so a chance to make those points back at the line. She's very quickly onto the floor and quickly into the action, as we often like to say.
Just rolls off the tongue nicely, doesn't it?
It really does. Wind's first free throw is just short, and it trickles out to... Who is it doing the court sweeping for us today?
I actually don't know. That's a question I should probably ask.
None of us know. We'll get back to you with that answer at some point. But Wind, second free throw finds the bottom of the net, and the third does as well.
It's a good night at Sherbrooke when no one on the score bench knows who's caught sweeping either. So I guess we're in the dark.
A productive trip to the line there for Wind. She goes 2 for 3. Sherbrooke's lead now at 15 as Geddes tries to go downhill. Kick out to Bazzacchini. That's a nice name to say. Weeks now. Ruskiddy inside to Weeks.
Oh.
And she has this game written all over her. This time won't finish. She's blocked from behind, but I think it was Pryor. Zwirling, now Knight. She wants to fire away a 3. A chance at her second. This one won't go down. But Weeks, sorry. I thought Knight was going to come across and snatch that one. Weeks the rebound there. Just managed to track it down. Now with Merrigan. Let's go downhill. Left-hand lane, no good. Went down. Looked like maybe she thought there was a bit of contact. Zwirling inside. Karajic Powell. Beautiful pass. Swatted from behind by Merrigan. Trailing the play late. Just put a roof on her head. Call her a chippy. I've got no jokes. I've got nothing tonight.
You got to go home and research some, mate.
Oh, I've got 2 in the memory bank. You'll know them, though.
I was going to say, I'm assuming we use them very regularly.
One about boats, one about kitchens. Zwirling now in the corner. Bit of razzle-dazzle. I think that might be the Jimmy Butler shimmy and then just pick a random direction move. It works really well in the NBA, so I don't see why it wouldn't work here, and it has. Just couldn't quite finish. It's Geddes now, top of the key. Just a bit of calm into this Boomers offense. Ruskiddy, I butchered that. Looking inside to Weeks. Karajic Powell and Zwirling on her. One more. Bazzacchini. Geddes open, but Bazzacchini wants to go downhill. Can't finish as the shot clock stops at 2, but she is fouled. So we'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
both teams making a substitute. Oh, no. Bulleen not just yet. So Squires and McKenzie check in for Zwirling and Kojic Powell for the Suns. Hanson's about to check in for the Boomers, I'd assume, for Bazzacchini, who has
quite likely
2 free throws to take before making her way off of the court. Perfect trip from Kate Bazzacchini as Jess Hanson checks back in for Bulleen. Sherbrooke with a tad smaller lineup at the moment than we're used to. Knight gives to Pryor. Pryor with a deep 2-ball, long. Hanson. Nice pass from Merrigan. Just couldn't finish it off. There's been a few of them now for the Boomers.
They've probably left 6 or 8 points on the floor.
Yeah, just in pretty uncontested layups. Squires cross court for McKenzie. 3, catch and shoot, won't go. Merrigan rebounds. Hanson calls the play for Bulleen. Raskiddy. Gives to Hanson just outside the free throw line. Dribbles outside the 3-point line. 1-2 with Weeks. 4 on the shot clock. Has to find something here. Puts up almost a Hail Mary and it won't fall. Another nice defensive set there from the Suns. And Coach Matt Shanahan going to call a timeout for the Suns. We've got 3:04 on the clock in the second. Sherbrooke leading it by 13. Scores 28-15. No team really able to hit their straps offensively as of yet in this contest. Sherbrooke 34% from the field. Bulleen 19% from the field. Sherbrooke 25% from behind the arc. Bulleen just the 9. So it'll be interesting to see how the teams possibly get their offense ticking over like they would like it to look.
I think just made baskets. Both teams, I think at the moment specifically the Boomers, just need a bit of confidence behind them. So we've done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've figured out who the court sweepers are, and it's just a mismatch of kids and Suns gear. Supporters. So thank you to them for giving up their time to get ourselves back onto the floor with 3:04 to play in this first half. Sherbrooke Suns lead 28-15. It's 2 fouls apiece. The Suns with the ball. McKenzie, Squires, screen from Wind. Squires steps back, jumper, mid-range, normally her bread and butter. This one won't drop, but she's fouled by the Bulleen captain, Geddes. Just a little late to contest. Got a bit more than she bargained for. So Squires shooting her first free throws of the game. She finds the bottom of the net there. So a productive trip so far. Looking to make it a perfect trip to the line with the second now. And she does, finds the bottom of the net on both free throws there. So the lead now at 15. Back to a game high. As Hanson looks to just reduce that. Goes downhill with a head of steam. Nice little floater over the top of Wind. Just a little late to come across and help. McKenzie with it now. Squires, she's going to fire away a 3-ball. Butter! Oleana Squires filling it up. 5 of the last 7 points on the floor. Hanson steps back. She wants to answer. Can't. This one's short. Looked flat, and it was.
Well, that shot was about as flat as my pancake on Mother's Day morning.
McKenzie trying to fire that one up the line. I think missed all targets. No, I apologize. Tapped out by the Boomers. So Sherbrooke are going to retain possession. So I'm going to give you credit for that one. I just wanted to figure out what had happened. It was quick.
You just got to be quick-witted, mate. Maybe you don't need to research your jokes.
Have you figured out how to put pelican in her? Or whatever it was that we were talking about the other week? Mackenzie goes downhill, trying to get it outside tonight. She was fouled while passing. So that's going to be the Boomers' 4th team foul. They need to be careful now with 2 minutes 6 to play.
Throughout our ramble, Isabella Renton has checked in as well for the Boomers for her first minutes.
She's now guarding Wind. Top of the key, Pryor. One more is Squires. She's feeling it. I take that back. Blocked by Weeks. Good D there. Now, Renton, was it? Have I said that wrong? Yeah, it was. Renton goes downhill. Couldn't quite finish. So I'm trying to read and watch. Doesn't work. I've only got 2 eyes and I can't separate them. So Sherbrooke with the ball. It is in the hands of Rihanna McKenzie. This Hansen-Squires matchup is shaping itself into quite a sculpture. Squires now inside Wind. Nice pass to the cutting Wind. Finds herself 2 off the glass. Lead now at 18.
That'd be quite a feat, wouldn't it, if you're able to have one eye watch something and the other watch another?
Some people can.
Yeah, but
now with Renton. Weeks. Right side elbow. Wants to go to work on Knight. She goes downhill. Can't finish. Gets her own rebound. Goes up again. Can't finish this time, but is fouled in the process. So she's going to go to the line to shoot some free throws.
In saying that, though, do you think that they're only looking at one thing? It's just...
What? When people whose eyes don't point the same way? Why are we talking?
I don't know. You've got me going down a rabbit hole here at the moment.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe I'll do some research. So it is... I'm actually really curious now.
So am I.
It is Weeks at the line. First free throw finds the bottom of the net. Maybe that can be our before the second half conversation piece. It's probably not appropriate. We'll move on now. Weeks, her second free throw, also finds the bottom of the net. So a perfect trip to the line there for her. Squires and McKenzie looking to screen each other there, but the ball eventually finds McKenzie. Squires with it now. Wants Wind to come up, set a screen, and she does. Didn't do a huge amount for her. Raschetti did a good job to stay in front. Now looking for the cutting Wind. That was Knight who tried to pass. Offline, Wind somehow got it back. I looked away. Nice pass to the captain, Pryor. She finds 2 more for herself off the glass. Weeks, cross court. Raschetti just toe out of line, and that's enough. Refs are all over it. Whistle blown, we're going the other way. McKenzie running the point, seeing a lot of the ball at the moment for the Sherbrooke Suns. Cross court for Squires, screen from Pryor. Squires steps back, wants to fire away a 3. Back rim and rattles nicely, falls nicely into the hands of Hansen. Raschetti going to fire away the 3 this time. No mistakes there. She finds herself not 1, not 2, but 3 points. That's what happens when you shoot from behind the arc, ladies and gentlemen.
Barring a 3 here from the Suns. That 3 ball makes it possibly interesting in this second half.
Wind.
I might have to eat my words here.
3 ball is long. Looked it and always was. And that's going to end the first half. The Sherbrooke Suns, they lead by 15 as it stands, 37-22. Have you got any points to add, Cooper?
No, I don't believe so. It's all the scoring from both teams has been quite evenly spread. No one really taking the game by the scruff of the neck as of yet. We'll see whether that does change in the second half.
Top scorers for each team. It is Squires with 8 for the Suns. For the Boomers, I imagine it's going to be Hansen, and it is. She leads her team with 6. So as Cooper said, a quiet night for all players individually, and even enough spread. Everyone's struggling from the floor. I mean, the Boomers are 7 for 32 at this moment. Suns 14 for 38. A little better, but still not what the doctor ordered. This 37-32, the Sherbrooke Suns lead. We'll be back with you, ladies and gentlemen, in a little under 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. More Championship Women action shortly. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you're coming back or just joining us, welcome back or welcome to tonight's proceedings of the Championship Women. Tonight's matchup, if you're just joining us, is between the Sherbrooke Suns and the Bulleen Boomers. Game so far mostly going the way of the Sherbrooke Suns as they have a 15-point lead. They have this game 37-22 as it stands currently. Both teams struggling to find the bottom of the net from the floor. Sherbrooke 14 for 38, the Boomers 7 for 32. I imagine topics of discussion for both teams. I mean, Cooper has said it once or twice during that first couple of quarters we had, a coach killer. When you see your team get downhill, get open, get good looks, but you're just not watching them go in. I mean, it's disheartening for me, and I'm not getting the ball in my hands. So I imagine both teams looking to come out with a little bit more confidence. Just find the bottom of the net early and push from there, see what they can make of this game. It is, at this point, anyone's game. There's going to be the Sherbrooke Suns getting us underway with the first attacking foray of the second half. On the court for the Suns, Zwirling, Squires, Pierce, Knight, and Pryor. So now with Zwirling, Squires goes left off the screen from Pryor. She steps back. Looks like she wanted to fire away a three. Goes to Squires instead, and she will. Rattles out. For the Boomers, it is Weeks. Hanson with the ball now. Getty's in the corner. She's got it now. Wants to go to work on Zwirling. Goes downhill. Poked away. Nice hands there by Zwirling. The last two rounding out the floor for the Boomers is Bazzucchini and Merrigan, sorry, my apologies. Squires tried to go downhill, kick out to Pryor, gave her a nice look, but she couldn't find the bottom of the net. Both teams still scoreless so far. Zwirling inside to Pierce. She wants to change that. Outside, Squires, 5 to do something with it. Goes downhill on Merrigan. Merrigan, good job to stay in front. Squires finds the bottom of the net. I mean, we say it every week, but that mid-range jumper really is her bread and butter. And she's got her knife out. Butter knife, that is. No threats here at the Bendigo Bank Upwayne District Stadium tonight, I promise. As Hanson goes downhill, just can't quite finish. And she's a little slow to turn around, but she is now trailing down to play some defense. Got just in time to watch her team get a steal. It's now Getty's one to Weeks. She finds the bottom of the net. That'll be good for her. She's been open and inside a lot of the time, but has just struggled to put a large amount of points on the board as Pierce more or less does what we've just mentioned, just struggling to find the bottom of the net and puts one in there, but after the whistle, so it won't count. She was fouled in the act of shooting on her second attempt, and as a result, will take herself to the line to shoot 2.
It was a third personal foul for... I didn't quite catch who the foul was on, but it was Merrigan. So Merrigan going to have to be careful now after picking up the third personal foul. Pryor, no dice with the first, is able to make amends with the second. Moves to 5 points for the contest. Merrigan's inbound to Geddes. Back for Merrigan. Bazzucchini. Over to Geddes. In the corner for Merrigan. 6 on the shot clock. Driving into the key. Looking to flick it back out to Hanson. Not enough on the pass. Pierce cuts it off for the Suns. Driving down the court. Over the top for Pryor. Reverse lay. Mel Pryor finishes off Emma Pierce's good work on the defensive end. Hanson using the weak screen. Drives into the key. Can't find it with number 1. And Weeks looking to put up a second shot. Unable to wrap her mitts around it. Sherbrooke's lead is 18, 7.5 to play in the third. Pryor to Squires. Zwirling over to Knight. Left side wing. Pryor in the mid-range. Hands to Zwirling. Won't fire the 3. 6 on the shot clock. Pass back for Pryor. Shot blocked by Weeks. Hit the underside of the rim. Underside of the backboard, I should say. 3 on the shot clock now for the Suns. Knight going to have to check out now. There's some blood on that jersey. Everyone else looks to have the tick of approval from the refs. So Mackenzie's had to check in for Knight. 3 on the shot clock. Outside now for the aforementioned Mackenzie. Puts up the 3 ball. It is short. And out of court. Sherbrooke going to call a timeout. Sherbrooke leading by 18. We've got 7:06 on the clock left in the third.
I mean, the Suns have scored, 5 since we've come in, I think. But both teams really looking like they're starting to struggle from the field full stop. I mean, Boomers have only put 2 points on the board. The Suns have only put 5 on. I'm just going to be a bit nosy. I'm just going to take my headset off and listen to what Coach is saying. I might fill you in afterwards. Give us a second, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So I missed the vast majority of that, Cooper. Did you catch anything interesting?
From... Oh, Chippy.
Like a seagull.
Oh, yeah.
Another way to your heart.
Do you want a Chippy?
No, I've got my own food, mate.
I'm going to take I'll take your portion then, with pleasure.
Did you do your research while we were away at the halftime break?
No.
It is Geddes with it now for the Boomers. Sorry, we're now back underway. We'll get back to the game. Geddes Brown have been the brawl up, swirling all over her, and is adjudged to have fouled. I think just a little ambitious, just trying to push back a little too much. Geddes a smile written all across her face. It's Hansen charged with the inbound, goes into Geddes. Swirling still on her. Now Hansen, screen from Weeks. Cross court, Geddes in the corner, now Weeks. Wants to go downhill on Pryor, and she does. Just sneaks past, too much on it. Excuse me. Bezzacchini, the rebound, just couldn't quite put it back up, and it trickles out of bounds off her. So Sherbrooke are going to get possession back. A crucial stop for them, and a chance to extend their lead once more. There's Squires with it. 17 on the shot clock, swirling. Now Mackenzie goes baseline, up and in. Finds her, is it first points of the game?
Yes.
Finds her first 2 points of the game. Brianna Mackenzie with a nice finger roll finish across the baseline. She's now going to pick up Geddes on defense, who just slides past her. Split their difference. Take that back. It was tipped. It went between Bezzacchini and I believe it was Hansen. There's adjudged to remain in the possession of the Bulleen Boomers, and as I was trying to figure out what on earth happened, Boomers coach, one moment,
with a warning.
Ross Moll with a warning. It's Geddes just slow to get this offense going, and now it ends up with Weeks. Kind of has to fire away a quick trigger 3, and that one won't drop for her. Now Squires the other way for the Suns. Goes inside to Pierce. Bit of a mismatch there, and she goes to work. Now Pryor. Jumper is smooth. And we've seen her step outside and shoot a couple of triples tonight, even some deep twos. Not normally the jumper she goes to. That there is well, I've said it a few times, is bread and butter for her. Hansen. Bit of razzle-dazzle. Puts the moves on Zwirling. Bit of stop-and-go action. I mean, I was lost. Don't know how Zwirling managed to stay almost attached, or attached enough to get a contest up. Zwirling, she's going to answer back. I mean, that's a hell of a way to get back and get your team some points. Zwirling steps back for a big triple. Hansen. Now with Sumai. It was Weeks now, sorry. Hansen again. She wants to fire back. Just struggling from behind the arc tonight, Hansen is. Pryor the rebound with McKenzie now. Nice outlet pass there by Mel Pryor. Just showing the kids how to do the basics well as Squires goes downhill. Cross-court pass for Zwirling. There's a bench in the way. Pierce. Zwirling an opportunity to go downhill. Jumper from the free throw line is short. Pierce going to scoop that one up. Tries to go up. Doesn't go in. Gets her own offensive rebound. Trying to track down that ball and definitely looked accidental, but he's tripped. Ooh. So a foul to call there. It's going to be Sherbrooke ball with 14 on the shot clock.
Zwirling with the inbound for the Suns. Directing the troops. 1-2 with Pryor. 8 on the shot clock. Driving baseline. Geddes defending superbly. Throws it away. Hansen now for Bulleen. Cross court. Merrigan in the corner. One more for Geddes. Won't take the three. Out to Merrigan. Finds some space. Doesn't take the shot. Extra pass for Weeks, who takes a long kind of triple jump-like step to get into some space, but couldn't finish off the product. Squires gets around Geddes. Flicks out a pass for Pierce. Launches a three. Got it! We're going to have a timeout now for Bulleen. We've got 3:56 on the clock in the third. Sherbrooke leading 52-26. It's going to be a tough ask here for the Boomers for the remainder of the game, you would think.
What do you put the score difference at, Cooper? Do the maths for me.
26.
Smashed it. Yeah, 26 is a mountain and a half to climb.
Not to mention that to make up a 26-point difference in 4 minutes, 14. A quarter and 4 minutes, while only scoring 26 points in the first 2.5 quarters is doesn't always add up as you would like.
I would say both teams have struggled tonight. I mean, the Suns, 52 points in there. I can't even do the maths. 26 minutes on the floor. It's not unproductive, but it's probably not as productive as they would like. The Boomers just struggling. I mean, 22% from the field. They are 9 for 41.
Averaging a point a minute at the moment. It's not always the greatest stat to look at.
No, as my mum would say, someone's put cling wrap on the top of the ring. She's fond of those sayings.
I think one of the strange, or not strange things, but one of the stats I can see Sherbrooke dominating, 18 assists to 4.
Oh, seriously?
At the moment,
18 to 4.
in favour of the Suns. So Sherbrooke passing their way through the Bulleen defence. Speaking of, Bulleen doing the exact same thing. Pass out from Weeks to Geddes in the corner.
That's how you come out after a timeout.
Is that the spark that the Boomers were after? Sherbrooke down the other end of the court. Squires looking inside for Bravington. Deflected away by Sumai. Weeks picks it up. Merrigan driving inside to Hansen. Sumai. Weeks top of the key. Geddes out to Weeks, left side wing. Launches the three. Can't find it. Merrigan offensive rebound. Merrigan finds her first basket. Pierce. Hands to Squires. 3-ball to respond. Straight back for the Suns. The court announcer's had a brain malfunction. He's decided that nothing happened. Regardless, 2:45 on the clock in the third. Geddes over the top for Weeks on the elbow. Hands to Hansen. Driving inside, gets Zwirling moving. Left-hand finish from Jess Hansen. Finishes off her own handiwork. Squires over the top for Zwirling. Gets around Sumai up into the mid-range. The automatic area for Zoe Zwirling.
Both teams on all cylinders. They are firing away.
We were talking about the shooting percentages at that timeout, and I don't think a team has missed a shot since. Merrigan with the back pass from Hansen. Oh, geez, that has changed. Taking a tough fall against the what do we call that? The seating?
I've said it once, I've said it again, and I'm going to keep saying it. Those benches have got to go.
They have to. They simply have to for player safety and overall health.
I get it's a school and the kids need somewhere to sit, but just remove the benches and the weird little platforms behind the backboards.
Geddes has checked out for Cross for the Boomers. Zwirling and Pearce checked out for Bravington and Karajic Powell and Knight. I think Pryor checked out for Bravington as well for the Suns. Merrigan 2 for 2 from the line. She will now make way for Ruskiddy. Tad over 2 minutes left in the third. McKenzie gives to Squires. Karajic Powell rolls off the screen. Extra pass looking for Bravington. Just too much on it. Might have needed Elastigirl's kind of stretch our arms to get to that one. Hanson, deep three. Won't fall. Ruskiddy doing all she can to crash the rebounds for the Boomers, but McKenzie with the stronger pair of hands. Driving through the middle of the court. Bravington all on her own. Little dump pass. Sherbrooke's lead 24. Weeks at the top of the key. Hanson from the elbow. Jumper in and out. Weeks with a great offensive rebound. Ruskiddy won't take the three. Does take it now. Back iron and out. Long rebound falls to Weeks. Wants to drive baseline on Bravington. Bravington does enough to not let the basket fall, but did foul in the process. So it'll be Olivia Weeks going to the line, shooting 2 free throws. Subs from both teams. Olivia Wine going to check in for the Suns for Oleana Squires. And Isabella Renton checks in for Jess Hanson for the Boomers. Olivia Weeks at the line for the Boomers. No mistake with number 1. Shooting her 3rd and 4th free throws for the night. Makes it 4 of 4 from the line and moves herself into double-digit points. Karajic Powell to wind in the corner. Looking for a little backdoor pass for Karajic Powell. Just off target. Sherbrooke falling back into a zone to end off this third term. Renton to Ruskiddy. Back to Renton in the corner. Got herself into a little bit of trouble picking up the dribble, but finds Ruskiddy. Fakes to go inside, goes outside. Sumai back to Ruskiddy, 5 on the shot clock. Weeks has to force a shot here, is triple teamed, flicks it out. Ruskiddy, 3-ball, got it! Nice patience there from the Boomers. We're going to have no shot clock here to end off the third term. So Sherbrooke, you would assume, going to go slow and have the final shot of this period. Knight to McKenzie to wind. Back to McKenzie. 6 on the shot clock. Karajic Powell in the key. Flicks it out. Knight in the corner to end the term with a bang for the Suns. Got it!
That's a big bucket. Time expires.
Big bucket means that the margin is 22 points at the main break. At the main break? At the final break, I should say.
That's a killer if you're wearing white and blue this evening.
Moves Tennille Knight to 8 points for the evening. Top scorers on the court for you. Oleana Squires for the Suns leading all comers with 13. Mel Pryor has 9. Eliana Bravington, Zoe Zwirling, Emma Pearce and Tennille Knight all have 8. So quite spread scoring for the Suns.
It really is a quiet night for everyone, actually.
For the Boomers, Jess Hanson has 10. Olivia Weeks also with 10. Sophia Ruskiddy has 8. But I mean, you look at the 10 points of Hanson and the 10 points of Weeks. Hanson 4 of 15 from the field. Weeks 3 of 15 from the field.
Yeah, and
if just a couple more of those drop, you could almost say that the Boomers would be more in the game than they are out of it at the moment.
You definitely could. You are so glad we don't have the commentating camera up and running at the moment.
Oh, Lord.
The things I've seen that man do, I'm going to... With any luck, check the Sherbrooke socials. There might be a photo of it going up.
Oh, no. That's bad. That's real bad.
With it. Renton now all the way across to Rischetti. She hit a big three earlier. Inside to Weeks. Renton. Sumai wants to go downhill. Nice little jumper. Won't go. Karajic Powell going to drag down that rebound. Up ahead to Knight. I mean, she's 1-on-4. Does the right thing and slows it down. Waits for the cavalry. This is in the form of Brianna McKenzie, who just goes and throws it away. Rischetti the other way. Has to slow it down as Knight stops her in her tracks. This time she tries to go downhill. Wrapped up. A jump ball, the decision on the floor. So it's going to be Sherbrooke ball. As Bulleen started with it at the quarter. Knight. And a stray ball has come from somewhere onto the court. Bit awkward for the person whose ball it is. And substitutions here for the Bulleen Boomers. Bazzacchini in, Weeks out. Is Karajic Power with it top of the key. 14 on the shot clock. Now with Bravington on the low post. All the way across court for Knight. Back with McKenzie top of the key. She's hounded by Cross, but just sneaks past her. Her floater, no good. Back rim. Who else but Knight there to track that offensive rebound down and put it back in for two. Knight. This Bazzacchini almost wrapped up a half court by Wind and Knight, but did a good job to get rid of it. Sumai goes downhill, extra pass to Bazzacchini, who tried to go up. Wanted a foul, but didn't get it. Instead, the Boomers are going to retain possession. So Cross is charged with the inbound. Screens left, right, and center. Rischetti ends up with it. Rischetti, sorry. Bazzacchini comes up to screen. Gives Renton a chance at a three. Back rim and just pings off. I mean, it looked good from here, but close but no cigar, unfortunately. Wind. Karajic Powell wants to go to work on Rischetti. Can't quite make it work, but gets it to Bravington, who spins in and puts it off the glass for two more. Now the other way, Bazzacchini again almost trapped at half. Finds Renton and McKenzie almost ripped it off her. Inside Bazzacchini, one more. Sumai wants to go downhill, poked away by McKenzie. A foul, the decision on the floor. And it is on McKenzie, not on someone else reaching overs. Timeout comes. It is going against the Bulleen Boomers. So 7:56 to play in this fourth quarter here. The Sherbrooke Suns lead by 26. I mean, already with 8 minutes to go, the lead is larger than it was the last time these two teams faced. If I'm not mistaken, the difference that time was,
I believe
23?
21?
21.
23? Early 20s is probably an easier way to say it.
So if this game keeps going the way it looks, it might. Sherbrooke, I imagine, going to be runaway winners, but I have seen stranger things happen in my time here. The Bulleen Boomers, you cannot count them out. I memean, you don't get to 5th place on the leaderboard without being a solid team. And we've seen teams go on 25, 30-point runs. In about this period of time, even less actually. I think last week we had, who was it? Sherbrooke and, I want to say Steelers.
No, that was the Sunbury.
Sunbury, they traded 25-point runs all within, what, 15 minutes?
Quarter and a half.
So it is possible. It is mathematically possible. With Bazzacchini tried to get it to Renton, almost poked away by Zwirling, but Renton kept onto it. Rischetti going to step back and fire away a three. Bravington tried to track down the rebound, poked it away, lands nicely in the hands of Cross. Rischetti putting the moves on the Suns players at the top of the key. That was Knight and Zwirling. Cross tries to go downhill. Ruskitty needs to fire up a 3 over the top of Knight. Now Wind, heads up play to Knight. She's going to go downhill. Just watch Ruskitty fly by and put it in with no one but her own thoughts for company. Wind just a little late. Going to run cross for the Boomers over. Which doesn't look too cross about that, but you really shouldn't be laughing. You encourage me to.
No, I know, but I'm a sucker for a good dad joke.
Renton with it now. Looked like she wanted to get into Sumai, but thought better of it. Now goes inside to Bazikini with Ruskitty at the top, and she just throws it away. Knight now goes downhill, extra pass to Zwirling, runs Ruskitty over, and a charge, the call. Ruskitty close to those little steps we mentioned, but Tennille Knight just went downhill with a head of steam, and Ruskitty put her body on the line and came off the winner this time, but she looks sore.
7:02 on the clock in the third. Sherbrooke with 3 team fouls in the first 3 minutes. Going to have to be careful to not give away too many more in this third term, although with a 28-point lead, I'm not sure it's going to be at the top of Coach Matt Shanahan's worries. Sumai inside for Bazikini. Back outside, Sumai. Renton. Back for Sumai. Bazikini on the elbow. One more for Renton, who's cut straight from the top of the key. Wide open. Couldn't find the layup. Wind fires away. 3 ain't got it. Olivia Wind finds her first 3 of the evening. Renton to Ruskitty in the corner. Sumai steps around. Bravington, finger roll lay, falls nicely off the glass. Chelsea Sumai off the mark in terms of scoring as well. Wind fires away again. Oh, geez. Rebound cross for the Boomers. Might be forced to slow it down. Gives across. Sumai fires a 3 for 5. Back-to-back points for the Boomers. It is offline. Knight bringing the ball up the court for the Suns. Goes to Wind. Bravington in the mid-range. Over the top for Karajik Powell in the key. Flicks it out. Wind fires another 3 ball that won't fall. Ruskitty rebounds. Putting some pace on the ball. Wanted to drive through the middle of the court. Knight stuck a hand in, but fouled while doing so. It'll be her second foul. Jazz Greenwood about to check in for the Suns for Tennille Knight. So 4 of Sherbrooke starting 5 on the bench at the moment. 5.5 on the clock in the last. Ruskitty in the corner. Out to Renton, top of the key. Sumai inside the key, driving, can't find it. Bravington with the rebound. Zwirling pulls up for 3. Can't find it. Greenwood, Bravington, cross, all fight over the rebound. In the end, it rolls out to Ruskitty. Ruskitty called to have been fouled by the Sherbrooke number 10, Olivia Wine. That'll be her third. Sherbrooke's fifth team foul, I should say.
You're on the money.
Thanks, mate. I'll get there eventually.
It's all right.
Sophia Ruskitty at the line. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Her stat line for the night, shooting her first set of free throws. Makes amends with number 2. So Sherbrooke's lead 28. We have half of this final term to play. Wind to Karajik Powell. On the elbow, gives out to Greenwood. Greenwood fires away a 3. Just a little bit short. Bravington using her height to rebound, but Sumai from in front just rips it out of her hands. In the end, it'll be a jump ball. Skiddy goes to Renton. Renton going to fire away a 3-ball. Can't find it. Great crash of the rebounds from Cross. Her first basket of the night. Wind goes to Greenwood. Back for Wind. Across one more for Zwirling. 9 on the shot clock. Greenwood, left side wing. Another 3. Won't go. Zwirling with an offensive rebound for the Suns.
Oh,
fakes to pull up, driving inside. Oh, behind the back pass. Although I must say it is not always the best advice to pass to the ankles of your taller players.
I'm sure that wasn't her plan, but
regardless, it is what happened.
A nice look.
It was a nice play.
Wasn't quite executed as well as you'd like.
Zwirling has checked out for Squires for the Suns, who have 8 on the shot clock. Greenwood gives the inbound to Squires, who can't find the 3. Greenwood with an offensive board. Going to dribble out and fire away a 3 of her own. Sumai and Cross with a little bit of piggy in the middle. Bazzacchini in the key. Spins, shoots, gets it to bounce perfectly.
Shooter's touch. There's Squires the other way. Inside to Karajic Powell through Wind. She goes outside to Greenwood. She hit one earlier because she hit another one here. Front rim again like the 3 or 2 of the 3 before. Karajic Powell on offensive rebound into Greenwood. Her floater front rim again. She just needs a little bit more arc on that shot. She'll find the bottom of the net consistently. It is Raschetti to Bazzacchini. She couldn't quite finish in the key, but Renton's going to track down an O-board. Now with Raschetti, Renton steps back, fires it deep. Oh! 3 over the top of Karajic Powell. She finds the bottom of the net to answer back. Slowly but surely, the Boomers are cutting into this lead. Just a little too little, a little too late. As Eliana Bradington goes downhill, big move, and she finds, she finds 2 more. Excuse me. Cross court to Cross, and she's called for a cross court. Oh, it's a tongue twister if I've ever heard one.
So the Boomers have Cross. Have you heard of her brother Nort?
Oh. It's Greenwood with it now. We're going to move on really swiftly. She goes downhill and is fouled in the process by, I think it's going to be Bazzacchini. 21, no, Cross.
That one took a little bit longer to click for you, didn't it?
So Greenwood's going to go to the line. She's going to shoot a pair. She's going to ignore you, Coop. Greenwood, she's got a cousin as well. She makes her first. Have you heard of Redwood? Hoping to make it a perfect trip to the line, Jasmine Greenwood, as she puts up her second. And her second goes down. So she's up to 5 points so far in this game. And over a point a minute for her thus far. Cross wrapped up by Wind, and Squires just gets it out to Sumai, who goes into Bazzacchini. Just too many Wheaties. And a little bit too much mayo to go with it. Bravington needs to get over. Greenwood just sneaks over in time. Inside to Karajic Powell. Nice pass. Karajic Powell tries to spin. Goes back to Bravington. Bravington's floater no good. Sumai the rebound up ahead to Renton. Ooh! Swatted. What a chase down block by Wind. She's tracked that one down, decided to wind up and put that one back where it came from.
Jeez, if you're going to deliver a joke, mate, you've got to keep it together while you're delivering the joke.
I'm really trying, but I feel like I'm on a roll and you're just not appreciating me as much as you should. That's all right. We'll have strong words later. So, just under 2 minutes to play in this last quarter. The Sherbrooke Suns lead by 28. It is 78-50. Sherbrooke Suns still playing with 5 team fouls. Oh, that's a good idea. The Boomers only with one foul to their team's name. They've used all of their timeouts so far, or for the rest of this game, the Boomers have. Sherbrooke still with 2 more if they so choose to use them. It is 3 per half, right? Timeouts per team? 3 timeouts per half? Yeah. So the Boomers have used all of them. Sometimes I know what's going on. Although, I wonder. So it is Cross who's charged with the inbound. So she's going to go all the way to the top of the key, and she does. This is into the hands of Renton. Cross-court, Raskitty. Trying to put the moves on Squires, but she does a good job of staying there. Sumai wants to spin to the middle and go up, but it's just slowed down. Wine going to cross half court for the Suns here and just straight down the middle of the key, and her pass straight down the middle. I mean, if you measure the distance between Squires and Bramington there, she has hit...
Dead centre?
I was going to say the median, but that's not the right word, is it? That's not the mathematical term.
No, median is middle.
We're going to say middle. She's gone straight down the middle. Dead centre. A good way of putting it. Is Renton now cross left side. Renton top of the key again. Greenwood on her. Now inside Bazikini. Cross. Looked like she wanted to fire away 3, but goes downhill against Greenwood instead. Steps right. Steps left past Bravington. Can't quite finish. And then Cross trying to track it down is just going to end up falling out of bounds. So Sherbrooke with possession now. Greenwood running the point for them. Put her sailor's cap on and take the tiller here. Unfortunately, she's going to throw it away. Renton steps back long 2. Is Butter. Renton and Raskitty filling it up from behind the arc, or around and behind the arc for the Boomers here. It's Bravington now to Greenwood. Just managed to keep it from going out of bounds. Now back inside to Bravington. Goes right, spins left, couldn't finish. Bazikini just all over it, able to smother that one. Up ahead, Renton just... The ball struggling to find the bottom of the net, but it does now with Bazikini for the Boomers. Greenwood, this time she's got her red and white hat on. She's taking this game by the reins. Going to run the set here for the Sherbrooke Suns. Now with Wine, she's doubled by Cross. Raskitty steps back. Now inside Karajic Powell, top of the key. Thought about a jumper, went inside to Bravington. Pass was not quite strong enough and tapped out of bounds by, I believe it was Sumai, who came across. Good heads-up play by her to just come and disrupt that. All the way out, Squires. She's going to fire away a 3. Look good, and it was. Oleana Squires finds the bottom of the net. Puts the Sherbrooke Suns at 81 points on the evening. Raskitty, now Sumai, one more to Bazikini. Nice move. Tried to go up, but Bravington just going to put a roof on her head. So 12.5 left to play in this game. The Boomers trail by 27. So this game is all but over, ladies and gentlemen. It is just final proceedings as Renton fires away another long 2. Ends up going a little over the ring, and Bravington's going to track down that rebound. Squires just going to dribble this one out. So the Sherbrooke Suns 27-point runaway winners against the Bulleen Boomers in what was actually a very eventful game for the difference on the scoreboard. I mean, Boomers, we were almost ready to count them down and out at about half-time, but they did make a push there in that third quarter to bring themselves back within, I think it was 19. They might have had an 8 or 10-point swing shortly after half and just weren't quite able to carry that momentum through to the end of the game. So as you said, Sherbrooke Suns run away 27-point winners. Coop's going to run you through the leading scorers.
For the Suns, Oleana Squires had 16. She led all comers on the court. Tennille Knight and Eliana Bravington both with 12 apiece for the Boomers. Jess Hansen had 10. Olivia Weeks with 10. Sophia Raskitty with 9. That's going to wrap up the coverage here from Bendigo Bank, Upwey and District Stadium tonight. Sherbrooke with a good win before their finals campaign starts, defeating the Bulleen Boomers by 27 points, 81-54.